So here's something different. We're going to talk about Amazon, but we're not going to talk about all the money you could make and all the success you could have. Here's the truth. You've heard enough of that. I mean, everywhere you go on YouTube, there's videos about all the money that you can make and all the ways to make money and how now is the best time to get into Amazon and on and on and on. And while all of those things may be true, that's not the whole truth. So, as you saw, the title of this video is 10 things that the gurus don't tell you when it comes to selling on Amazon. See, the gurus are going to tell you all of the good stuff, and all of the good stuff may well be true. I mean, look at me. I sell on Amazon, and I've been talking about that journey since 2017. It hasn't all been good, and I've decided, why don't we have a video where we talk about the things that aren't so good? I think it's important. Now, on this channel, I focus on newbies. So I think it's very, very important because success begins with the proper expectations. So when you go into something without understanding the good and the not so good, it's not fair to you because you don't go in with a realistic expectation of what's going on. And so, yes, this is going to be for the newbie so that you can be better prepared for what to really expect. Now, I do anywhere between $10,000 and $15,000 a month in gross on Amazon. Maybe you're doing better than that. Well, this video is for you as well because you have experience that we need. And we'd like to have your feedback so you can leave comments and you can help us along the way. You know, if you'd like to contribute and actually add value to YouTube, you don't necessarily have to be a content creator. You know what you can do? You can add value by contributing your knowledge. So if you're experienced, I'm asking you to hang around and see what you might be able to add to the conversation. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is what to sell on Amazon. I'm Horace. Let's go. Okay, hustlers, thank you so much for deciding to join me in this video. My name is Horace, also known as La Machine. And yeah, so we're going to get into this video, 10 things that the gurus don't tell you when it comes to selling on Amazon. And you have to understand, I use the arbitrage business model, so I'm going to be coming from that point of view. Some of the things that I talk about will cross the different ways that people can sell on Amazon, whether it be wholesale, arbitrage, both retail and online, or even white label, private label, or just, you know, creating your own products. So, but just know that I'm coming from the arbitrage business model. So if that's definitely what you're into, you really want to watch this video. And let me say something before I go any further, before we even get into it so we don't get lost. Mostly I'm here to help people. It's what I do, not just on the YouTube videos. I help people each and every day right from my personal cell phone. So if you're interested in connecting with someone that is a little bit further along than you, then all you have to do is text the words working class hustler to the number on your screen. You will connect with me. It's not a robot. It's not artificial intelligence. I will respond to you just as soon as I can. I am a working class hustler. I work as a truck driver full time by trade, and I do Amazon as well. But I always respond to anyone who wants to connect with me. So let's get into the 10 things that the gurus don't tell you. You made it this far, so guess what? I'm telling you now, if you make it to the end, we're going to have a bonus for you. So they're not in any particular order, but they are very, very important. So number one, when you get into selling on Amazon, now essentially you're in business. All businesses are affected by what is referred to as the 80-20 rule of business. And that's a rule that's been around. If you're not familiar with it, there's plenty of videos right on YouTube. All you have to do is type in 80/20 rule of business, and you'll see some good videos that you can watch that teach it. And I'm not going to get too deep, but I will get as far as telling you the importance of it. You have to understand, I want you to think about something. Imagine when you walk into Walmart, when you walk into Target, Best Buy, Bed Bath & Beyond, Michael's, and all of these big box stores, publicly traded, all of this stuff. When you go into these stores, a lot of times what happens is you're assuming that all the products that are in there on their shelves, you're assuming, number one, that they all sell. Number two, that they all sell at a profit. They do not. That's why you have liquidation. That's why they get rid of that stuff. That's why they have clearance and stuff like that. Everything that they buy doesn't sell, and they liquidate it. Everything that they buy doesn't sell at a profit. Sometimes they break even. Sometimes they take a loss. It's called clearance. Okay. The 80-20 rule suggests that when you walk into these stores, 20% of the products that they actually offer are accounting for 80% of the profits. Let me say that again. 20% of the items that are available are accounting for 80% of the real profits that are being made. Now, the numbers aren't hard, but generally speaking, they're close. The point is, there's only a few products that really account for the majority of the sales. Now, I want you to think about that, because these are companies that you respect, right? These are companies that you consider successful. They're in business, they're trading, you can buy their stocks and all this and that. If it applies to them, it's going to apply to you too. That's important, so that you don't get discouraged when you start to figure out how this works. When you start understanding that 80% of the products that you're sourcing are only accounting for like 20% of the profits that's being made. Okay? And then you might think, hey, this ain't working. Okay? Stop. Before you say this ain't working, if you happen to work a job, go find out what their return on investment is. The company that's able to pay you, right? You can raise a family, you can have a retirement, you can go on vacations, you can do all this stuff. Find out what their profit margins are. Find out how the 80-20 rule is affecting them. Okay? It's affecting them, and you get to go through life as if they're just making money hand over fist, because you don't really know the numbers. Or do you? You see what I'm saying? Get some knowledge about what's really going on. This is very, very important. Watch a couple of the videos. Matter of fact, we ought to there's one in particular I think we're going to post down in the description, because I think it's worth watching so that you understand how this rule affects not just business, it affects a lot of things. But for the purpose of this video, my point is this. You have to understand, if you're going to do this business, it's like any other. Only 20% of the items that you're offering is going to represent 80% of the real profit that you're making. And I'm telling you this so that you're not discouraged when you understand that the bulk of the items you're sourcing don't really turn out to be the winners that we would have hoped, after using all the tools, after doing all the studying, all the procrastination and all the waiting, and everything was perfect. And only 20% really represents the real bread and butter. Okay. Next one, pay attention. Success takes time. This is very, very important for you to grasp. Because here we go again. How do we introduce this video? We touched on how the gurus kind of present this opportunity in a certain light. Okay. And again, follow me on this, because a lot of us that are into selling on Amazon, we're into a lot of videos and personal development and things to make money. And nobody's really talking about how much time it's really going to take. Think about it. Think about the programs that you've bought, the coaching, the personal consultations, all of the courses and all of this stuff that you can buy. How many of them are telling you, hey, buy my course, and in 3 to 5 years, things may start to work for you? See, nobody wants to hear that, right? But let me tell you, if you're going to be successful on Amazon, it's just like any other business. And most of them don't make it. That's just the facts. Okay. Now we can get into the reasons why, and a major reason why most businesses, most new startups don't make it is because they don't stick it out. There's all kinds of reasons why they don't stick it out. We're not going to get into that. Oh, he ran out of money before he got all of his education. He ran out of money before he could make enough mistakes to learn. We could go everybody has an excuse, right? Everybody has a reason, a valid reason why they stopped the business or whatever the case is when it comes to that. I'm just telling you the facts. If you're going to be successful, it takes time. So let me tell you like this. If you're considering starting this business on Amazon and you can't commit 3 to 5 years, don't waste your time, okay? You can go work for somebody because they were willing to commit the 3 to 5 years to make it work. You see what I'm saying? So that's that. Something else to consider. This is the truth. If you're doing arbitrage, prices are going to change. What do I mean by that? You're going to be sourcing a product. You're going to look at all the stats, the charts, the graphs, and all your research, right? Because you dot your I's and you cross your T's, right? You're diligent. You're going to get that product. You're going to get it in. And then the price is going to change on Amazon. And I don't know why. It happens. Does it happen 100% of the time? No. Does it happen often enough? Yes. So you need to know that. It doesn't feel good. It's just a fact. Okay. I'm here to give you the facts. And, I'm going to continue to repeat this throughout the video. Obviously, I like Amazon. Guys, I've been talking about it since 2017. I'm not going anywhere. I like the business. I'm just telling you both the good and the not so good. That brings me to another one that's very, very important. You need to get it through your head if you're going to do this business. You will lose money. That's part of the process. That's part of growth. That's part of learning. That's part of what we call trial and error. Okay? If you can't take it, like I said, go to your job where they lose money. Okay? They lose money, but you get to live in this world where you don't have to think about that because the paycheck keeps coming. So you don't have to think about it. Okay? But it happens. All businesses don't make money on everything that they sell. The idea is they win more than they lose. Okay? If you follow this channel, you know I love to use baseball as an analogy. You don't hit a home run. Take the team that won the pennant, go to look at the stats, and come back and tell me how many strikeouts that team had across the various players, across all the games they played that year. They had some strikeouts. They didn't like it. Still came home with the pennant because they won more games than they lost. But you got to be able to take your losses and learn from the loss. Okay? And it's never going to stop. See, we're talking about Amazon, and everybody talks about Amazon in terms of the growth, the exponential growth, the value of the company. Jeff Bezos this, Jeff Bezos that. How many people are talking about the things that Amazon tried that didn't go right? You want to do something interesting? Google that. YouTube that. Okay? Next thing you need to understand, especially if you're doing arbitrage, other people will jump on your listings. Okay? What do I mean by that? You're going to source a product. You're going to say, wow, this is great. There's only 3 people on it. There's only 2 people. There's only 1 person or whatever it is. Then you get the inventory. You get it sent in to Amazon. And by the time it gets inventoried, there's not 1 person. There's not 3 people. There's 10 people. There's 15 people. Where did all these people come from? I don't know. Maybe there's some of the 3 million people who sell on Amazon. Could be. That could be it. You're not alone. That's not a reason that you can't do this business, but you have to understand that is to be expected. When you expect it, you're mentally prepared for it. When you're mentally prepared for it, you have the mental strength and wherewithal to deal with it instead of panicking and giving up. You see? And you'll come up with your own strategy. You'll come up with your own strategy. It's called experience. And the only way to get it is to do it. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. You might decide, hey, I'm going to learn to be okay with a 10% return on investment. You got people that are doing millions on Amazon, and they're okay. Because, what's 10% of $1 million? You know what I'm saying? So you got some people that'll say, hey, I'm going to develop the patience. I've learned that Amazon arbitrage sellers tend to monkey see, monkey do. Everybody jumps on a listing, takes it to the bottom, sucks all the life out so that nobody makes any profit. And then they go and look, everybody's over there running this product down. Let's go over there. And they all run over there, and you're still here. And now you get what you want for the product. I mean, you'll figure out and develop your own strategy. Just understand, people are watching you. People are reverse searching your store, and people will jump on your listing. Another one I'd like for you to understand. When you sell on Amazon, you're selling on Amazon. It's not your marketplace, not your playpen. It's Amazon's. And you will learn real quick. Start trying to talk to one of their customers about anything other than the product that they ordered, and you're going to find out real quick. It's not your customer. It's not your platform. If you want your own, go get your own. Just get it through your head. This is Amazon's platform, and they will do what they want, how they want, when they want. You can get mad if you want to. I get mad, and I get over it, because at the end of the day, it's their platform. Go in understanding that, and now you go in playing chess instead of checkers. Now you come in being proactive instead of reactive. That's a game changer. That's a game changer. Nothing is neither good nor bad, but your thinking makes it so. Another one, Amazon will deactivate your listings. They will strand your inventory. What do I mean by that? Oh, you'll have a product, you're approved, you're ungated to sell it, everything looks good, there's good margins, you'll send your product in, it won't sell, you'll go to find out, okay, where's my inventory? And you'll find that it has been deactivated. You'll find that it's what's called stranded. And Amazon may give you a vague reason why. We don't like the pricing. We don't like your price. Or, something obscure, almost something you need to try and decode as to why they deactivated your listing, why they stranded your inventory, and then you get to jump through hoops to try to figure it out. And typically speaking, it's not easy. It's not easy. So now your inventory is not making you money. Your inventory is costing you money while it's sitting there and not even being available. That's costing you money because now that's capital that you cannot use. That's not how you want to run a business. Not your platform, guys. Remember, not your playpen. This is Amazon's, and they do things how they do it. You go look, you go jump on Reddit, you go look into some of the forums, and you see how Amazon sellers complain about the issues. And if you've had any, I'm telling you now, if you've had any, I want you to drop a comment. Put a little bit about your experience in there. Help some people out. Let them have the proper expectations. You see what I'm saying? That way they know if you're going to do this, oh, there's money, there's opportunity, there's all that good stuff. But you better know what you're getting into. You will, at some point, it never fails, you will get kicked off of a listing. Everything will be looking good. Oh, you'll be making the sales. Got me a good one. And then all of a sudden you get a tap on the shoulder. And when you look back, there's Amazon. Hey, you know what? You're not allowed to sell that product. So get your inventory out. And you can pay to have it sent back to you because you're not allowed to sell this anymore. Or, like I say, everything will be selling good. You're just rolling. You'll get a tap on the shoulder. You'll turn around and it'll be the owner, the business, the person that owns the intellectual property. And they'll say, hey, they'll send you a letter, and they'll usually send it to you the way they're not supposed to. They'll send it using the same communication channels as a customer. That's not what they're supposed to do, but that's every time I've gotten a tap on the shoulder and it was an IP complaint from the intellectual property owner, they always went that route. And they'll go, hey, this is something like a cease and desist letter. And then will come the threats and all of this other kind of stuff because they want you off of their listing. It's bound to happen. It's not the end of the world. You don't want that to continue to happen. You want to try to avoid it. But try as you may, 9 times out of 10, it will happen. Don't freak out about it. Okay? Another one for you. Sales will slow down. Amazon is based on the economy, okay? This is part of e-commerce. So sales cycles can be cyclic for reasons that we don't understand all the time. Sometimes we do understand it, but the fact of the matter is, you have your trends. Right now, I'm in a downward trend. I'm very transparent. I tend to show my numbers every week. I'll probably show them towards the end of this video. And I can tell you, my numbers have been going down. Why? I don't know. But you just hang in there. And like any market, it eventually shifts. It eventually turns. You may have to become a little more strategic. You might have to become a little less aggressive with your purchasing. Sometimes you need to hold on to some capital. It'll force you to get better. When things slow down, it forces you to get better. It forces you to deal with the inventory that you do have on hand. It forces you to do a little more diligence, a little more research. You see what I'm saying? So think about what I'm telling you. A lot of times when things start going not so good, that's where your growth comes. Guys, you really don't learn anything. When everything is going good, you really don't learn much. It's when things are going bad. That's when the development comes. Because now you got to get better. You got to use your mind and figure out, okay, what can I do here to turn things around? You see what I'm saying? So just know, sales are not always going to go up. If you don't believe me, who am I? Go ask General Motors, right? You can believe them. So if you don't want to believe me, go ask them. Somebody put a comment in here. If you've had your numbers go up and down and up and down, put a comment in there. Help people out. Okay. Next one, I sort of touched on it before. It's worth repeating. I hope I'm not directly repeating it, but it's worth repeating. You will need patience in this business. It is not get rich quick. Okay, let me repeat that. It is not get rich quick. I don't care which guru's course you bought, who you're following, how much studying you've done. It's going to take time. Okay, but time is going to pass anyway. The question is, where are you going to be? You plan on living? That means you're going to arrive. The question is where? The answer is, what are you doing right now, each and every day? That's what's going to tell you the answer to the question. Where are you going to be in the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? The answer is what you're doing now, but you have to have patience. Okay, this is not get rich quick. I'm telling you, because a lot of people actually get into this, and the first thing they ask me is, how long before I start seeing profits? How long before I can quit my job? How long before I can replace my income? How long before I can move out of my mama's basement? I don't know. But I can tell you, if you're thinking you're going to do it in 6 months, that's probably not going to happen. Next, getting ungated. You're going to hear a lot about that. If you're not familiar with selling on Amazon, especially in the arbitrage arena, we talk a lot about being gated, about getting ungated. And let me tell you now, it can be very frustrating. It can be very frustrating. Well, because Amazon has everything that they want. They're very clear about what you need to provide in order to be ungated. Well, to be ungated means you're able to sell in certain categories. And then once you get into that category, there are certain brands. You see, you can't just come on to Amazon and just sell all the nice, fancy, exciting, and sexy things that you were thinking about, like Nike and Adidas and Nintendo gaming systems and Beats by Dre headphones and all of that stuff that you see all these great deals on, the Ninja, food processors and all that stuff. You're not just going to come on to Amazon's platform and sell whatever you want. That's not how they work. You're gated. That's the term that we use in the community. You're gated. And if you want to get ungated, well, they have specific guidelines. They're very clear about what you need to provide. And then when you provide everything that they need and you submit it, a lot of times they go, thanks for everything you gave me, and we can't ungate you. Because you gave me everything we said we wanted, but you didn't. You know what I mean? You need to give us an invoice. So you give them an invoice, and then they say, yeah, you need to give us an invoice. And then you say, yeah, it's an invoice. It says right on their invoice. You can see where it says invoice because I highlighted where it says invoice. And then Amazon looks at it and it goes, yeah, but you need an invoice. I just got off of a live call with my private group. We're working on getting one of our members ungated because he has submitted the proper paperwork 15 times. 15 times to Amazon. And 15 times they said, yeah, but you need to give us what we asked for. Now, obviously, he's not quitting. And we ain't going to let him quit. We're going to keep on until we get him ungated. That's the way you do it. But now you know. Now you know. Hey, I want to sell Barbie, and I want to sell Mattel, and I want to sell Funko, and I want to sell Disney, Frozen, Star Wars, all of that stuff. You know that you want to sell? Get ready. Get ready, because it could be that Amazon, you give them everything that you're supposed to give them. And yeah, they don't want to work with you. You will eventually get ungated. But now you go in expecting that things might not go as smoothly as you would like. Now you know that. So now you're armed with that information. You're stronger because of that. Because now when you go in, And you try once, you try twice, you try 3, 4, 5, 6, and it just keeps coming back. You go, wow, okay, this is exactly what La Machine said. We're going to do this. No problem, Amazon. We'll play it your way. You want to do it the hard way? Oh, I'm selling Mattel. I'm selling Barbie. You want to do it that way? We'll do it that way. And you just keep on, keep on. Better yet, get connected with me and we'll get you ungated. But now you know what to expect. And on that note, you know, Amazon is not always the easiest to work with. You're not just going to pick up the phone and get a direct line to somebody and just get what you need like that. That's not typically how it works. I'm not saying that you won't get help. I'm saying you're going to have to be patient because they do things their way in their due time. Okay. When they want something from you, oh, it's an emergency. When you want something from them, well, they'll get to it when they get to it. You know, does everybody have to wait? Not necessarily. It's just like anything else. You might get right through, but don't expect it. Amazon has their way of communicating, their way of customer service, if you want to call it that. And you're going to have to learn to work within their system and their schedule and, you know, their priorities. And we got a bonus for you. This one I want you to take to heart, especially if you are a tool junkie like me. That means you like to use, you know, Resell, you like to use tactical arbitrage and, you know, the Hummingbird app and the Keeper graphs and the Helium 10s, and I use Scanalyze and I use Rev ROI and all these tools that are just loading charts and graphs and bells and whistles, and all of those tools, they're just tools. They can't predict the future, guys. We use the tools for one purpose: to help us, give us better odds. You got to understand, business is life. Life is a system of odds. Okay? What are the odds that the product you bought is going to sell fast and for a profit? What are the odds? There are no guarantees. Okay? This is life. And if I asked you, what guarantees do you have in life? You're probably going to tell me death and taxes. And I'm going to tell you the same thing. So when you come to Amazon, don't come to me talking about how can we guarantee I'm going to sell this product in this amount of time for this profit. I actually have people asking me, well, if I put $500 in, when am I going to get that $500 back plus a profit? I don't know. Don't ask me that, because when I ask you, what can we guarantee in life? All you're going to say is death and taxes. So don't ask me to guarantee you on Amazon. I tell you what I can do. I can increase the odds that you're going to make a wise and sound choice. It's no different than picking stocks. Okay. Now you can just go in there and pick some stocks and see what happens, or you can learn how to evaluate stocks. Well, watch this channel. What do I always talk about? All I teach is how to evaluate. Okay. So that's the name of the game. The tools, they don't guarantee anything. They increase the odds of success. And that's the most any business can hope for. Okay, guys. Again, this was not to discourage anyone. Of course, I believe in Amazon. I teach it. I love it. I eat it. I sleep it. I breathe it. I'm very happy doing Amazon. So I don't want you to think I'm trying to run you off. But if you're a newbie, you need to hear this. It's only going to make you better. That's all I'm trying to do, is arm you with the information so that you have the proper expectations. That in and of itself is going to put you ahead of most newbies out here that just run in there after listening to some guru who was standing in front of a mansion and a Ferrari so that he could think, oh, wow, in 2 months, I'm going to have my Ferrari. You know what I mean? You ain't going to have that Ferrari in 2 years in most cases. If you did, they got to read the little fine print that says results not typical. You've read those results before. When you were watching something, that infomercial or whatever, and the person got the results quickly, it wasn't hard, everything worked out perfect. That's not typical results. See, they have to put that in there because otherwise it wouldn't be realistic. This is life, guys. Those kind of results are not typical. You know, and I just think we have this twisted idea of what business should be like. You know, we listen to our favorite gurus that tell us everything should be easy and, you know, work is for suckers and you should be able to outsource everything. Everything always goes right. Nothing goes wrong. You should be successful within 2 months. That's just not the way it works. The truth is, like I said before, the real growth, the real personal development, the real becoming, that comes from having to persevere. That comes from having to work, making mistakes. That's what reveals who you really are. Because here's what happens. You don't get what you want just because you say you want it. You get what you want because you say you want it and then you become the person who can get it. Well, what does that mean? How do you become the person who can get what you say you want? You got to make your mistakes. You got to grow into that person. Well, that takes time. So it's unrealistic to watch some guy in front of a mansion and a Ferrari and a jet and a boat, and he ain't saying nothing about the growth, the struggle. You see what I'm saying? So now what you want to do is watch the next video, because if you're new to arbitrage, then there's some things that you need to learn. Again, it's all about learning how to evaluate. So watch the video, 7 steps to choosing the proper product. Okay, a product that's going to sell. You like tools? I love tools. On this channel, all roads lead to tactical arbitrage. Why don't you learn how to do it for free? I got 2 free lightning courses. We call them lightning courses, parts 1 and 2. Teach you everything you need to know about tactical arbitrage so that you can get going. Then you can get connected with me. That way, if you have any questions, those quick questions, you don't need to jump on an hour-long call. You don't need coaching. You just need somebody, a real person, that you can pick up your phone, text them on their phone, and get an answer and keep it moving, right? Without all of the strings and nothing. So, and you know, on that note about connecting with me, let me just make this quick. You don't want to do it? That's fine. I don't expect you to. Why? Because only 1% of the people out here that say they want something really want it bad enough that they're going to do something. It's easy. It's fun to say what you want because you get to feel the way you feel when you imagine and fantasize about having it. That's great for you because you get the good feeling. Only 1% would even take the time to text somebody that's willing to help them. You don't believe me? Somebody who's connected with me, post it in the comments. If you've ever reached out to me and had me respond and help you as best I could. If you've had me respond to you over the years that I've had this available, I want you, for the benefit of others, put a comment in there. If I get one person to do it, I would really appreciate it because I do this, okay? But I'm telling you, only 1% of the people that like to talk and get anybody to listen who will listen to them while they talk and dream aloud, only 1% would even take the time to connect with somebody that would really be there for them and try and help them. Okay. I'm not here to get rich. I learned that a long time ago. It's not going to happen. And guess what? Guess what? I still make these videos each and every week. You know, I was talking to my producer, Jim. We don't remember the last time a week went by and we did not produce a video. We don't remember. That's called commitment. So, oh, you know what? Before we go, tell you what, let's take a look here. If you're still here, good. I'm going to show my numbers. And like I said, they may not be the greatest, but hey, it's what it is. I'm going to highlight my mouse so you can follow me a little bit better. Let me just make a couple adjustments here. Okay, now watch this. So now we're inside of my Seller Central account, and you can see the date is March the 1st. The year is 2021. And we've had, let's look. Today so far we've had 12 sales for $464.65. The last 7 days we've had 69 sales, $2,182.62. Last 15 days we've had 143 sales, $4,720.28. And the last 30 days, the running 30. So if you take today and go back 30, 305 sales, $9,917.98. That's down, guys. That is down. But that's okay, because business is cyclic like that. Watch this. We're going to look a little bit deeper. We're going to go year to date. Now, right now, we're comparing last year to this year. Last year, we did $200,605.03. We're the first 2 months into this, and I've only done $24,541.84. That's not including today's, I don't think. Let me look at something here. If we go week to date, yeah, that's not including, well, I guess it is including up to, yeah, it is including today. So there you have it. I'm only doing something like 12,000 a month so far. So, but you have to understand, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon, guys. You gotta be playing the long game. Okay. So if we go, let's see, year to date, like I say, this red line is last year. Now look what happened. Isn't it amazing how time flies? This red line in January we did, last year we did $12,650.44. This year in January we actually did more, $15,478.85. But then look what happened. February this year we only did $9,062.99. Last year we did, in the month of February, $12,242.23. And if you look at what happened last year in March, that's when COVID really hit. We're coming up on a year now from when the pandemic really kicked in. And look at my numbers. What happened? From that point on, they were going down, down. They kind of leveled off, went up a little bit, right? Went from 15 up to 19. Then they went down. You see what I'm saying? They went back up again, 18.6 in December. But look at, you had your pandemic, you had the holidays. Okay, those were your big months. Actually, August was big too. But you have your trends, guys. And that's the reason why I'm transparent the way I am, because you need to see how this business really works. I'm not just going to sit up here and give you some of the truth. You know how they say, do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth? See, a lot of these gurus are telling you some things that may be true, but are they telling you the whole truth? See, when you get the whole truth, well, that paints a better picture for you. You hear people say knowledge is power. You like to say knowledge is power. Why? Because when you have the whole truth, then you get to form your opinions based on all the facts. That's where the power comes from. Okay, you get to form your opinions and make your decisions based on that knowledge. You get to think and feel the way you think and feel based on all of the information. That's a game changer. You see? That could be the difference between you feeling comfortable and you feeling uncomfortable. And I don't have to explain to you the importance of that. All right, guys. Enough yakking from me. This was a long video, but I'll see you in the next one. And thank you so much for watching. This is what to sell on Amazon. I'm Horace, respecting your mind, your time, and most definitely your grind. I done showed you a little bit about that paper. It's time to go get mine. I'm out.